And we are live. It is 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. in the UK. Welcome to the Sunday night hangout with yours truly, Ben Coombs. This week, I have the one, the only, Nick KB Music himself, hailing from the greater Chicago area. And if you guys know Chicago, it's been known for a little bit of music over the years. So welcome one, welcome all. And how are you doing, Nick?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Ben.
Oh, it's good to have you, man. We like to talk about every facet of guitar. On this show, you've been watching long enough, and whether it's you're playing a Nerd Halen or you're doing your thing or you're doing my thing. Just talk gear, hang out, and when you reached out, I was like, yes, yeah, let's do this.
Oh yeah.
Hell, I know. I can say I barely heard any of your music, but just seeing photos of your pedalboard alone, I was like, he's good. He's a good
guy. We just got done recording music. So, well, not all of it. All of my parts are done. We're just waiting on our vocalist to finish up, and we have to fix our drummer has to redo all of his stuff, but he's taking essentially his glorified scratch track that we used to record off of and re-record.
Right.
But then it'll be out. I'm like, I'm about to do this like live stream, guys. We got to get this stuff out. It goes. You can't rush the creative process.
Exactly. You can't rush art. Rush art.
No.
Well, let's see. Who do we have in the chat here? We have Chris Andrus. We've got Upside Down. We got some guy named Nick KB Music. I don't know who that is.
No, I don't know who that is.
There's good old Wilmar in the chat. Brad Miller's going to be lurking as usual, I'm sure. Yeah, he just said as much. There's Joe Metalhead Hervey 84. Good to see you, Joe. Scrolling on down, we've got them talking to each other quite a bit. There's Dan in New Jersey. I am happy. George Leggett. There's Lawrence Petros Design.
What's up, Lawrence?
The man himself. We were talking about you earlier off air, Lawrence. Daniel Horsley, Jay Steen, Philly G Guitar Man, SD Design. Nice. Milt T in the house. All right. We got all kinds of people. We already got 19 people in here. Awesome. Right. Leave a thumbs up. If you're new, please subscribe. 6-string Stanger in the house. Nice. BC at 581. None of it's true, I swear, Lawrence says. Metal Soda. Good to see you, sir. Yes, we're saying, Lawrence, how you basically, long story short, you build a damn good pedal.
Mm-hmm. Quite a few.
Chris says he's in your rock ensemble.
Chris. Oh, hey, Chris.
Chris Andrus?
Yeah. He said he was going to come in and check it out, so that's cool. Well, welcome, Chris.
Welcome, Chris. Please subscribe, as I said. Chuck Booth, he says, howdy, Ben. Got that thumbs up. James Severin, yo. Nice. Everyone else is saying hey to each other. One thing you got to love about the community, it's just the chat will just be flying. It's all us just chatting away with each other, and love it.
Yeah. That's why I'm so grateful to be able to be part of the live stream tonight. I just love the vibe of everything.
Yeah.
Super supportive. No one's got too big of a ego or anything to have a friendly discussion. It's awesome.
Exactly. Just, be a bunch of tone nerds. Raging Chimera. Tone sniffers. That's what, Richie and I came up with that. I can't remember. It was one or the other. It was one of us, and it was about 10 years ago because, it was just when YouTube videos were starting to come out, demos. We found out about the Tone King and Shane from In the Blues. Oh, there's my lovely sister in the chat. And he's like, tone sniffers. It's like cork sniffers with the wine crowd, except it's for tone. You're always chasing. I'm like, yep.
I'm stealing that. That's awesome.
Lawrence says, I'll be lurking, got orders to build and need both hands and both eyes. I'll be listening, though. Awesome.
Cool.
There's Gurr, and I saw John L. and Absolute Mayhem. Awesome to see you, Mayhem. Got to get the parts in for his guitar so I can fix his guitar and get it out the door. SD Design says, hello, Coombs family. Awesome.
How's it going, SD?
So how long have you been playing, Nick?
It's been quite a bit. I started when I was between 12 to 13 and 26 now, so about 13, 14-ish years or so. Started off because my dad was playing all the time in the basement, and natural progression.
Mm-hmm.
See him playing, you have to pick it up and start playing.
That's the truth. That is the truth.
It's
it's not so much if, it's just when.
Yeah. It's two funny stories on that. If and when. Before I was even born, my mom had bought me my first guitar because she knew my dad was going to play and I was going to want to pick it up. I don't know how she knew, but it was one of those Grand Prix. It looked like a carbon fiber neck, but it wasn't. Couldn't move the tone knob because the wiring was just horrible. And then there's the other second story is there's a picture of my dad. He got a 94 Strat like the year after I was born. And there's a picture of me like as a baby, like wide-eyed, and I'm like touching the body of the guitar. I'm like, that's when I caught the bug.
Yeah. I get it. I grew up with my dad gigging, so I get it. Hey, PJ and the Beard. Hello. Metalhead Hippie. Charles Green. James Severin. Oh, we got 34 people already joining us.
Oh,
awesome.
Wow.
Yes, if you folks have any questions for myself or for Nick, definitely ask away. And I suppose, when you got into it, like most of us, you noodle around, you're always looking for tone, even when you start out, you don't know what you're looking for, but you're looking for something. Yeah. Hey, Boner Jams. Looking handsome as always. You as well, sir. Jack the Rabbit, David Ennis. Sydney Ola. Hello.
Oh,
welcome.
Uh-oh. That's my girlfriend.
Uh-oh. Well, please like and subscribe. For Nick's sake,
Do it.
Do it. Nice. So where was I going there? We got a question here. We go here.
Okay.
Milt, Ben, for a person buying their first decent amp, what would be a good one to start with? Always interested in others' thoughts and opinions. You know what I'm digging right now for the bang for the buck? The Vox AC10.
That's a great choice. I used to work at GC. That's how I got to know Aaron from Albus, if he's chilling in the chat or not.
No, he's too good for us.
Yeah, of course. It's Aaron. I mean, if he showed up in chat, though, this video would be demonetized in about 5 seconds. So
you know it. You know it.
But for a great, here the question was like a tube amp or just beginner amp? I forget.
Decent,
Just a decent amp?
Yeah, no point in buying just an amp-shaped object.
Yeah. I mean, you can get what I tell my students all the time is when they're looking for something that they can gig with is, I always say, you can find a used Hot Rod Deluxe for a couple $100 and that'll get you loud. And if you like the pedal thing, then you can do pedals. The Marshall DSL 40 series or the DSL series is pretty sweet for what you're doing. Or
because you'll be just playing at home. Blues Junior, nice. You can go the digital route, like Steve Luther's asking. My thoughts on the Katana amps, worth the money. They're a decent bang for the buck. I'm not a fan myself, but I'm Mr. Analog. I like it. I don't mind having a buzz in the circuit, and that's part of rock and roll.
Oh yeah, and I mean the amps nowadays for like a $200, it's ridiculous. Those Katanas are really nice for the money.
Yeah, Metalhead Hippie mentioned there's an orange that's just a small little thing, but it packs a punch. It's 10, 12 watts.
Yeah, the Crush series. I remember way oh god, it's been more than a few years ago now. But I was jamming with some buddies, and they had an orange, and I'm like, oh, cool, what model is that? Is that like a Tiny Terror Combo or Rockaverb, whatever? He's like, no, man, that's just the Crush. Blown away with the sound. It was just sounded so good and responded really well.
Joe says, Ben, turn around, Viper. If you can find a first-gen Viper, I find I'm not as big a fan of the second-gen. Yeah, I'll be honest. That's right, Terry. I'm an analog man in a digital world, just like Joe Walsh, actually.
That's a
TV
good
Bandit,
song.
yeah, great little amp. And there's at least, I don't know, when I was down there in Windsor, Ontario, there was a lot of cool pawn shops. Go check out the pawn shop, see what you can find. Snap a photo, send me the photo. I'll tell you what I think of it.
I mean, we're in that almost golden age era of guitar where it's really hard to find a bad product. I mean, they're out there, but you
Yeah.
have to start looking for them.
Well, the
more
only
and
thing I
more.
missed from back in the day is before the internet, every pawn shop didn't know what they have.
Oh, yeah. What's this thing by Alexander Dumble? Don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's some guy
50
that went through
bucks.
the amp and he ripped out all the old parts. I don't know. It's worth nothing. Let's see. Somebody asked Telly and a strap behind me. Mexican Telly here, and it's my Reno Fin T series back there.
And I hear that they're doing a giveaway of some sort if you follow them on the Instagrams and whatnot to get one of those tellies.
Yeah. In about 2 months, we'd be giving one away. Contest starts in about a month. Buy one of my Canucks Guitars pickups, a set or a single, get entered into a draw for one of those. Or so I'm told. Nothing's official yet, you know.
Yeah.
Rumor has it.
Heard it from a good, reliable source.
Yeah. Phil Bradshaw, hello, buddy. He says, were you in Windsor visiting Glenn Fricker? No, I lived in Windsor for about 6 months back in the day.
Going back to
back in Canada. I think Glenn's still out in LA.
I think so too. Going back to the whole, it's hard to find bad gear nowadays. Glenn makes it pretty apparent if something's not good.
Yep. Yeah. Or I don't know if you follow the repair channel, Dave's World of Fun Stuff.
I am very familiar with the channel name. I haven't actually dived into that.
All right. So, you know, he's a gentleman out of Toronto, does repair videos. He got his hands on a Glary. They reached out to him. What do you think? And this is a guy that does nothing but setups and repairs. So he's like, you sure you want to do that? Because I will, you know, he's like, yeah, look, the nut is barely cut. The fret ends are just clipped. They're not finished at all, blah, blah, blah. But he's like, you know, it's like what? $75 Canadian. You know, what do you expect? Let's see. Absolute Mayhem has a question for Nick. Let's say you have been playing guitar for a few years, but want to step up your skills. What do you recommend for some advanced students?
Advanced students. It depends on what you're going for. A lot of the things I'll do for my students who've learned, like, you know, your pentatonics and know all of your basic power chord shapes, is approaching the cage system, which is like, you know, taking your C chord, A chord, D chord, so on and so forth, and you move them all the way across the neck and then learn all the shape, like scale shapes that go along with that. And then that allows you to kind of circumnavigate your entire fingerboard without being limited to those boxes, but understanding where the boxes are and what they could be used for in a better sense. Like whenever I'm showing the C shake, I'm like, okay, you take this, put it at the 12th fret, then you have Jessica by the Allman Brothers. And they go, oh, okay. And they kind of helps them click.
Right.
That's like my first stepping point from there. And then within that, you know, you can do like legato stuff and like the 3-note per string lines.
Sure.
That's
sort of Lord Quentin James is here. No pants. Imagine that. I am not surprised at all. Jack the Rabbit says, so Nick is a guitar teacher. I'm not familiar with him. Depends on where you live.
Yeah. Teach privately through a couple of organizations. I'm currently primarily teaching out of a school of rock in Plainfield. I also do lessons on my own. If you're in the Chicagoland area, I'll drive to your house. That would be a good time to like just shoot me an email to nickkbmusic@gmail.com and
there
set
we go.
Up stuff like that.
Hey, Loogie Flux and Brett McCord, Old Man Dan, Craig Flowers. Wow, we got 61 people in here.
Woo!
See what happens when you have a rock star on?
I am far from a rock star, man.
Tempest, hello. Upside Down says, Nick, want to drive to Maine?
That'd be a bit of a drive.
Now, we do have Marsman in here. Now, he is in your neck of the woods. I do know that.
Oh, okay. Ugh.
Hello, David Ennis. If I missed you earlier, hard to remember. Jack the Rabbit asks, is Nick on the tube?
What, like on the television or
YouTube, I assume. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I mean, I do, but I don't have any content up, to be completely honest with you. That's something that I've been getting closer and closer to my winter break. I'm thinking about starting up, like demoing a whole bunch of like the Lawrence Petros stuff, because there are a few demoers such as you, Ben, that do a great job. There's not a lot of stuff out there.
Well, I do a job. RJ Ronquillo does a great job.
That too. Yeah, I can't forget RJ. And Philip McKnight too has done some cool videos on like the Cocapelli and the 68 original.
Hey, CHS Custom Guitars, Craig. Hey now. Good to see you. Craig Flowers says, do it.
Oh. Yeah.
Markman says, I was just in Plainfield yesterday.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Metalhead Hippie says, don't forget my NAMM picks, mofo. Yeah, I know. We don't need you coming down from Alaska. Just, over some picks. Like, I got your back. And Upside Down asked, we're still doing the giveaway tomorrow. Yes. And hello to the dog puh as well. Yes, I've got a random box of stocking stuffer type goodies that just a brief little preview there that we're going to give away somehow. We'll give away tomorrow night. I don't know. We'll figure something out during the live stream. So you got to be tuned in live to win it. And yeah, I haven't decided if I'm putting a pedal in there yet. I got to see what I got laying around. Guess it depends on how drunk I get on air too.
Give away the vermin you haven't received yet.
So Lawrence, you were able to scrape up the parts for one. Chris asks, Ben and Nick, what guitarists do you look up to?
For me, I draw inspiration from a lot of different people. The big three for me, I would say, is Paul Gilbert, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and then Eric Johnson. Those three just do some truly amazing things. I've been really loving the direction Paul Gilbert's been going down, where he's been vocalizing like melody parts and playing slide. And like, I saw him in concert earlier this year, and he explained how he went about writing songs for this album, and it's really cool idea. He's like, well, I have a whole bunch of songs that have horrible lyrics, so I just got rid of the lyrics and kept the melody, and it's awe-inspiring. Plus, the shred stuff's awesome.
Sure,
be real here.
You think, because I don't think of that so much as like people that I looked at when I first got into it, but like even say today, who do I really get a kick out of playing? And it would still be like these days it's Ronnie Wood. Still, Ronnie Wood inspires me. Rick Richards and Jerry Reed, because I've been on a bit of that kick lately. Stuff I just can't do. Absolute Mayhem says, Dear Santa Ben, I've been a good guitarist, practicing every day, practicing chords and running the scales. Please put a pedal if my guitar stocking on Christmas, or put in a pedal in your stocking. We'll see what we can do. Mayhem, we'll see what we can do.
That just makes me think of the Santa meme. Santa's been watching you practice. Santa's getting you a metronome.
Yeah, metronome and a tuner.
Ooh, two essentials. It's a pet peeve of mine. When my student comes in, they'll sit down and they'll strum a G chord and it's out of tune, and I'll just go like, come on, you know better. Grab a tuner, tune up, and then let's get down to business.
Yeah, because even myself, when you get that guitar just dialed in perfect, you're just inspired to play that much more. Because you're like, damn, I sound good. Well, no, because you're in tune.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Absolute Mayhem said, Boner James is asking Mayhem what pedal you're looking for, and then Mayhem said anything that fits in my stocking. So I guess it would have to be a micro pedal.
Yes.
No one even paid attention to Satriani. Dan New Jersey says, for a guy that's done a largely instrumental career, he's always been there, but he's never, hey, look, oh my God, Joe Satriani. But he's always just been right there.
Mm-hmm. And he's done some really cool stuff with with Sammy Hagar and all that Chicken Foot. Like, that was a really cool group too. I mean, when you have Sammy Hagar, obviously Satch, and why can't I remember drummer from the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yeah, Chad Smith.
Chad Smith and bass player. What's his name?
Michael Anthony.
Thank you. Huge brain fart.
Who I got to meet last year.
Oh, very cool.
He was doing a interview during NAMM. I wasn't a Q&A, but it was just like, an interview in front of a live audience. And so I was hanging out there with the Johnny Bean crew. And Johnny's like, so where do you want to sit? I'm like, I don't know. He goes, do you want to sit front row? I'm like, sure. And literally I'm sitting 7 feet from Michael Anthony. And I'm just like, what a trip.
Yeah.
Hanging out with all these Eddie heads. Hello, Cody. True Tech. Cindy said you are a rock star, by the way.
Aw. Thank you, sweetie.
I saw Chris mentioned his big three are Brian May, Richie Sambora, and Eric Clapton. All very good choices.
Yes.
Quentin James says he tunes up and I still sound like crud.
Oh, that means you need to check your intonation.
No, he needs to plug back into his actual amp. Just saying. Metal Soda's asking who Cindy is. You just calm down. That's Nick's much better half.
Yes, significantly better half, as all of my close friends and family will put it. They'll go, so where's your significantly better half? I'm like, she's at home practicing on her nicely new restored Steinway.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Lawrence asks, who's your favorite obscure 80s shredder?
Favorite obscure 80s shredder? That is a tough one.
Yeah, because you figure it's got to be an obscure band. And then I got to remember the name of the guitar player from said obscure band.
Yeah.
How about underrated? I'll go with Snake Sabo from Skid Row.
That's a good choice. I'm drawing a blank. I can't. I'm gonna do the cop-out answer and say what that guy said. I can't think of anything.
Fair enough. Chris asks, Ben and Nick, what's your favorite bands besides the Police, Nick?
Besides the Police. Ooh, that's, yeah. Favorite bands besides the Police? Huge fan of Rush. I love like the 70s kind of rock era stuff. I don't know if the Police counts as 70s. I think they were more recent, not that recent. I'm gonna stop. I'm saying information I don't know, and I'm on the internet. That's just asking for trouble.
Lawrence says Joey Tofola. That's his comment for obscure 80s shredder.
Very cool.
Let's see here. Raging Chimera says Lips from Anvil. Lips could shred. Believe me, I saw it firsthand. What do you think of the new Fender Ultra series? At that price point, you get what you get at that price point. I put up a demo, a week or two on one, and I had people praising them. I had people slagging them. He's like, oh, you could get this, blah, 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 for the same money. I was like, well, yeah, they're all good guitars at that price point.
Oh, yeah. I haven't had the chance to get my grimy fingers on an Ultra, unfortunately. The one thing I will say that I'm a little disappointed with Fender is they got rid of the truss rod wheel, and they
Yeah.
went back to the original. I'm like, that was kind of what made the Ultra series, or is it the Elite series?
The Elite series.
That's what made it really stand out to
Yeah,
me.
considering they redid all the body contours of the Strat, which they did, but you don't notice it right away. It's not like, oh, it's obvious they wrecked it, type thing.
Okay.
But you notice, it's thinner, it's lighter, it's cool. And then, I didn't even notice the truss rod adjustment. They switched back, but now that's even more Charvel-esque. They should have left the truss rod wheel there.
Yeah.
Hey, Crowbar.
And I'm spoiled with my Fender. I got an 88 Deluxe Plus that originally had the lace sensors in it, and I've since torn it out and put in some bare knuckles because I can't be left alone with a single piece of gear. I have to mod it in some way, shape, or form.
I hear you.
But that is the nicest Strat. I can't pick up any other Strats. I'll pick up Strats and I'll be like, this is a really good Strat, but it's not the Strat that
It's not your Strat.
Yeah.
Nice. I have a 89 US Strat. That's going to have lace sensors put in it.
Okay, so we're opposites.
Yeah, well, I'm building a Clapton clone, so.
Okay, well, hey, I mean, that era where Fender was bought back from CBS is like that, though, from like 87 to 90 was like a really good year. I've picked up a lot of, whenever I go to the music exchange down in Chicago, I always try and find a couple of the Strats and pick them up and see how they feel. And they're always really, really nice. Another cool thing about the Strat is that it was actually originally owned by my great uncle, because he used to gig in the Chicago blues scene under the name of Cadillac Jake.
Nice.
And my dad's gotten quite a few, has purchased a few guitars from his estate because he's unfortunately deceased. Mm-hmm. But he's got a 73 Les Paul and this really old Casino that's apparently a few serial numbers off from John Lennon's when they got it appraised. Like, if you didn't rip it apart and he took out one of the original P90 pickups in the bridge and put a humbucker in it, was like, if you didn't deface it, it'd be worth so much more. And I don't know. I guess.
Yeah, but it was a tool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chris asked again, what year was your Strat?
1988. 88.
There you go. And I did see the email, Metalhead Hippie. That's awesome. I will mention that. Hello to Randy Crooks. Oh, we got 65 people in here watching. Nice.
All right. And make sure you leave a like.
Please.
I do not have the chat in front of me to do it
like,
myself.
Share, subscribe, any of the above, all of the above.
Especially the subscribe and hit the bell, and make sure they added an extra step to it I found recently. You have to hit the bell, and then you also have to make sure you see everything that people get uploaded.
Yeah.
To appease the algorithm gods.
Yes. Thank you, Upside Down. Post a link to your Instagram in here.
Oh, thank you, Upside Down.
Raging Chimera says I got an 87 made in Japan Strat. Ooh. Nice guitar. Kids stole it from me, though.
Oh, man. That's not the good type of damn. That's just a damn.
Okay, I shall do that, Chris. JP Morgan.
Okay, so this is the logo for my band. The band name is Johnny Personne. And in this rock group I teach on Sundays, we have a keyboard player named Morgan. And I was standing next to him, and Chris had the bright idea to go JP Morgan. And I lost all composure. And it's a good dad joke when I get very angry because I didn't think of it.
Hey, Hugh Caldwell. Good to see you. Late night for Hugh. I believe Hugh might be in Scotland.
Ah. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen any of our other British invasion here tonight. Must be extra late in the UK tonight. But that's okay. We're here. We're having fun. I finally got registered for NAMM.
Oh, yeah. Congrats.
Thank you.
I will stay in Chicago and weep while you and Aaron go out and post pictures all over your Instagram and Facebook and such.
Well, you know why we do that, right? We do that just so we know what the hell happened. We have to document this stuff, right?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Aaron's come back with some pretty crazy stories.
Wanna31 says, I'm lurking in the UK. Awesome. There's Eddie Van Haskell. Missing the account Mosley. Yeah, we are. Six String Stanger says, I'm going to NAMM as well. Well, if you see me, come up and say hi, please. Let's see. Chris Andrus says, which bands are better, American or British? I'm going to have to go with British as far as for influences for me.
I'm like an even mix. I'm too vanilla to pick a side, though I would probably be more leaning towards British as well. I love the Beatles too much to knock the US.
Yeah, for me, it's the Stones and Zeppelin as my two main foundations.
Oh, yeah.
Boner James says, I'm waiting to hear from Jay, 7/8, to get some tickets to come out to Vietnam. Nice. Oh, I don't think California would be the same.
No.
Let's see, they're all talking to each other. Deep Purple versus the Ramones. Well, they both have their pluses and minuses.
Yeah. I feel like that's a really odd comparison, man. One swore against the guitar solo, and the other one has so much just improvisational elements into their sound. Such a huge... It's like comparing apples to tomatoes.
Yep. The dog post says it's only a bit after midnight in the UK, and the count has several hours before he has to hide from the sun. Exactly. So where is he? Getting these random band comparisons, like Iron Maiden versus Devo. Sure.
Devo. I'm going to make the internet mad.
Hey, Six String Brian. Hello.
How's it going?
Terry Himes, hello. Oh, we dropped down. We were up into the mid-60s watching here.
Oh, no.
I know. Crazy. It's almost like a gig.
Oh, man.
Actually, it's better than a gig for me last while.
Speaking gigs, yeah, but I can talk gigs. I actually have if you are in the Chicagoland area, I'm going to be playing the next gig I've got with my original group, Johnny Personne. This is with our old logo shirt. We're playing at Q Bar in Darien on January 4th. I think it's like $10 at the door, or if you can find someone to give you some tickets, they're like $7. So
I'm not laughing at a gig, but Buckethead versus Cyndi Lauper. Sure.
Oh, jeez. Buckethead.
Gary Tholander, what's up, dude? Been day drinking with my best buddy / wife since 2 p.m. Pretty ripped right now. Hope everybody's having a great Sunday like me. Rock on. Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Fruitcake Tony, hello. Ben, Nick offended me today by saying Bon Jovi not a good band. Well, no, Nick has taste. Bon Jovi was never a cool band when I was growing up.
Like I said, the band was good, and then there's Bon Jovi. I had to ruin it.
To Chicago. Well, you're halfway there, bud. Let's see here. Yes, Metalhead Hippie alluded. We're going to do a contest at the end of the show tonight involving my channel and Metalhead Hippie's channel. So stay tuned until the end tonight, folks. Which will be in about another, we'll say, 85 minutes.
Oddly specific. I appreciate that.
I thought you would. L7 versus ABBA. L7? Of course. New York style, Terry. This is like deep dish versus New York style. I think I prefer New York style.
I'm gonna have to go with the deep dish.
I've yet to have good pizza in Chicago. I stranded there last year. I ordered pizza that was on the back of the hotel room key. They were close by. I wasn't very deepy dishy. I was like, it was all right, but and it wasn't like Domino's or something like that. It was like some name. But of course, being from small town Ontario, you get into the hotel, it's like 9:45 at night, and I'm like, is there any like places still open for food? And she's like, really? You're outside O'Hare. Everything's open. I don't know.
I'm spoiled with pizza. There's this awesome local. It's been in this town for longer than I've been alive, I think, and they have just amazing Italian food, and their pizzas just, ooh, it's tough to go to anywhere else.
Ooh, Fruitcake Tony. He's like, Ben, maiden or priest? I don't know. That's a coin toss.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
That's a good coin toss for me.
I would go with Maiden because I got into Judas Priest and Iron Maiden around the same time, and Maiden seemed to hold my attention better.
There we go.
They're both amazing bands, though, in their own right.
I'll go with that. Oh, man, the chat is flying. And, I'm really happy Chris tuned in tonight because he seems to have all the questions. Have you seen a band live in concert that you think will be hard to see again because of age, death, or a member or lack of touring or last tour? Yeah, the last major concert I saw was Tom Petty.
Oh, you're lucky. I've always wanted to see Tom. I've had a few where that has happened. I got to see B.B. King like on the last tour right before he passed, which is unfortunate. But I mean, when you get to be, he got over 90 if I'm remembering correctly, and he was still touring. It's gonna happen.
So did I, Chris. I saw Tom on his last tour. Yeah, the 40th anniversary tour. True Tech, Max Webster, Kim Mitchell. Really? God. For those who don't know, Kim Mitchell was the frontman for Max Webster. So, I did see someone say Motley Crue or Poison. Crue, hands down, Crue.
I don't know which one of those I would go with. I'd probably go with Poison.
And we're done.
I'm so sorry.
So who else would like to jump on tonight? Lawrence got to see Joe Pass a month before passed.
Oh, yeah. He was amazing.
Ooh, April Wine versus Kim Mitchell. April Wine, hands down, mayhem. Hands down. We're getting into Canadian content here, folks.
Oh, boy.
Aaron got a bit of an education on Canadian music during our road trip. Because, there's a lot of bands that can have very long careers in Canada and not be heard elsewhere because our radio stations are required to play 30% Canadian music on the radio. So you get a lot of, just strictly due to those rules, a lot of bands become radio famous.
Well, that's awesome, though. I would love if radio stations would do something similar here in the States. I know we have a really cool radio station that plays a lot of up-and-coming artists and whatnot, which is cool. So I usually always leave that on when I'm in the car driving to work and whatnot. Every now and then I find some new music that I really like and dive down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I hear you there. Terry says April Wine versus Helix. Go, April Wine. It's always April Wine. Always.
I'm going to have to listen to April Wine.
You have to, dude.
We'll do.
And do a deep dive. They had like a dozen big hits.
Okay. April Wine. I'm going to have to remember that. If not, I will just restream the the show and get back to the point.
There we go. Hey, a lot of people mentioning various bands here. Jeez. Yes, Red Rider was the 80s BC Rich 581 before Tom Cochrane went solo. Oh, for Canadian content, Pat Travers or Frank Marino. Ooh. Ooh.
I'm gonna have to go
Pat
with Pat
Travers,
Travers.
because I had some buddies play a gig with him a few years ago.
I would also go with Pat Travers.
There we go. Oh, damn! Grumpy Mike. For the tip jar, because you mentioned Max Webster. Nice.
Damn.
And if you want to hear just weird-ass prog rock, look up Max Webster Toronto Tontos. That's all I'm saying. It is the most effed up song you will ever hear. It makes Rush's YYZ sound normal. Nice. Let's see here. Oh, I can't get rid of that now. How do I get rid of that? How about I click on the word hide? There we go. And we'll put the picture back up. Chuck Booth says, my band opened for Pat Travers in Shreveport, Louisiana once in the 80s. Nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
I have yet to open for anyone really cool.
Ooh, coolest band I ever opened for would have been Killer Dwarfs.
Okay.
If you like your LA 80s rock, look up the Killer Dwarfs.
I'd say the coolest band that I've opened up for they're kind of a local hero here in the area. They're this awesome Beatles tribute band. They do all the eras of the Beatles, and they're called American English. And at the time, I was playing bass in a Janis Joplin tribute group, and we did a double header show. We got to play with them. It was awesome. They have like
damn, Gary Tholander. Guys, can you help me out with my $145 bar tab?
For $145, maybe.
Oh, Lawrence, I don't know if that is the uncoolest band. You must have played in front of some damn cool bands. If the uncoolest band I opened for was Trickster. Damn. That was a great band. That's right, Milt. The Dwarves. The Killer Dwarves. Which I just saw the anniversary of them finishing up their tour with Iron Maiden was 31 years ago yesterday, I do believe. Mikey Newman comments, we opened for the Dead Daisies 2 years ago.
Oh, that's cool. Very cool.
Zach Thong likes Kim Mitchell's drummer, Dave Langearth. Yeah, very good drummer.
I have to thank Ben for being my eyes on the chat. First time doing a live stream like this, and I didn't bring a way of looking at the chat in real time.
Yeah, and I just realized here I am just staring at the chat. You're staring at me, staring at the chat.
That's like,
riveting entertainment.
Yes. I'm just like, like what possible band verses could there be going on right now? Can only imagine.
Well, we've gotten past that. Crowbar says, I opened for the Boo Radleys. If anyone remembers them, my friend Leo was cooler resume. He opened for Steve Morse and Leslie West.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Steve Morse is unreal.
Raging Chimera's got to head out. Have a good one, buddy.
See you, man.
Joe Hervey asks, what Jimi Hendrix songs do you like? Little Wing, Castles Made of Sand, Voodoo Child. You really want to get your groove on, Voodoo Child. Lots. It's Hendrix.
Oh yeah. For me, if I'm on like a really long car trip, I love putting on like Live at the Isle of Wight and listening to the 20-minute long version of Machine Gun. It's awesome. I love the All Along the Watchtower. That's one of my personal favorites. Playing that at a charity gig coming up. I lied when I said my next gig. My next gig is coming up through the school I'm teaching at. We're playing at this place in Lamont called the Quarry Pub, and all of the teachers go up and we make a band at the school, and we do this just as like a little local charity event, which is cool, helping kids further their music education, which is cool. That and favorite Hendrix riff of all time has to be Manic Depression. That is not quite necessarily a deep cut, but it's not one people go to, which I think is a real shame.
Yep. All right. See you, Randy Crooks. Have a good one, man. Mikey Newman asks, favorite guitar you own?
I would go back and say the favorite guitar I own is the 88 Strat because it has the family mentality. But the guitar I like to play the most and I gig the most would probably be my PRS. I have a PRS S2 in this cool frost blue metallic. And it's the easiest guitar for me to work on. It plays great. It sounds great. The coil tap on it's usable. And I can rely on it to play an entire 2-hour gig if I had to, unless I have to drop D because it's got a floating bridge on it. But it's just a damn good guitar.
Nice. I will say my favorite would be my 67 because it was my dad's. So 67 Telly. Chris asks, I recommend you watch an awesome collaboration composed by someone on YouTube, song by Led Zeppelin, Run DMC versus Rolling Stones versus Queen. A mashup. We started those in the 90s. Just saying.
Run DMC mashed Queen into their song.
Well, Vanilla Ice did it.
Did I say Run DMC? I meant Vanilla Ice, and now I'm an idiot.
Oh, Run DMC just used Toys in the Attic as their first backing track for their whole first album.
And then they ended up doing a collaboration with Aerosmith on Walk This Way.
Which basically brought them back out of the doldrums.
Yeah.
Jack the Rabbit asks, Ben, are you in a band? Not anymore. I'm currently between projects. I haven't been in a band since April.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I've been busy, though. Wouldn't be fair to the bandmates. But I might do something. I filled in for one night. I did a one-off gig. Filled in with Richie's current band playing bass. That was fun.
Yeah.
I had fun doing that. So
bass gigs are always fun.
Oh, hell, when you're asked at 4:30 in the afternoon to play that night, there's no pressure.
Yeah, none whatsoever.
It's like, you want to look at the set list? Why? What's the point? I'm just going to watch somebody's left hand all night anyways. And then, of course, it's a piece of cake because what's the first song? Rocky Mountain Way. You're like, got this.
Yeah.
Let's kick it off, boys.
I
know. 65 watching. Thanks, Jack the Rabbit. I see that. 65 watching. Nice.
Oh, we shot back up.
We have. So there's 65 people that have absolutely nothing better to do
than to watch me watching you watch chat.
All right. So since he's lurking and, he might burn himself with a soldering iron, what's your favorite Lawrence Petros pedal?
Ooh, that's like asking you to pick your favorite child, man.
I know.
Currently, it's a toss-up between the Lost Dutchman and the Vermin. Like, those are the two that I'm stomping in between on most gigs. The Dutchman's doing, like, the lighter gain, and the Vermin's when I want to rip loose. But I own quite a bit of LPD stuff. The one I'm currently gassing for right now is I'm tossed up between dropping down some money for the Cocopelli, which he's discontinuing, unfortunately. And if that's gone before I can get the money together, grabbing a 74 because that just looks and sounds amazing.
They are nice. They are nice. For myself, I'm going to say, because I haven't actually played the Vermin yet, that 87 is pretty damn inspiring.
Yeah.
You just kick it on and it takes you right to the Sunset Strip. It's like a teleportation device.
Oh, yeah. when my band will cover Cult of Personality every now and then, and that's just on, and then I'll use just like Earthquaker Arrows boost just to bump me up in volume.
Sure.
And it's put right there. Pinch harmonic, squealing, sonic, detrimenting destruction.
Lawrence comments, actually, the last Cocapelli sold last night.
So I guess I'm going to have to save up more for 74.
There we go. Or possibly one of his new 2020 production or limited. Well, it probably won't be a 2020 production pedal because his 2020 production pedals would be based off the 2019 limited runs. And since you bought every limited run, I think that came out, won't be a production one. However, what does he have in stored in 2020 for limited runs? That's my question.
Yeah. I know he's doing that. Yeah. I know he's doing that boost kit that he teased us with like a few months ago. I'm waiting for that to come out.
And then there's the pedal that he teased the last time he was on with me, which was the collaboration that we're doing together.
Oh, very cool.
Yes. I'm
still waiting for Lawrence. I hit him up on this like as an idea. I'm like, you should do your modern classic with like with a Boss. I can't think of it. I'm thinking the Keeley Fat Mod, a blues driver in one box, because I love my Keeley stuff as much as I love my Lawrence stuff. And on my many board changes ago, those two are like the core for like my blues rock board.
Right.
And I'm like, gotta get them both in one box.
Let's see. Philly G Guitar Man has to head out. See ya. Have a good one, man.
Peace out.
Jack the Rabbit says, how many amps can you play through at once? I just play through one at a time myself.
I am also lame and play through one, though in my head, I'm like, well, I have stereo outputs on my H9 and my two Empress pedals, so I could really run 3 amps if I wanted to. But I think that'd be a bit overkill.
There we go. And since I forgot to ask Lawrence to build me an ABY pedal when he just shipped back my stuff yesterday, I guess I'm still going to run with 1 amp for the foreseeable future.
Although
PC Rich says Ben's amps are all load bearing. They're the foundation of the new house. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
True Text says I prefer stereo. I've never really messed with it. I'd like to give it a shot though.
Over the weekend, I had 2 students call in sick back to back, so I had about an hour and a half gap in between lessons. And I brought my big pedal board because I've been tweaking my H9 a bit, and I put everything in stereo between the 2 amps that were in the lesson room, and that was a lot of fun.
No doubt, no doubt. That's right. Dan New Jersey says Empress, Canadian. That's right.
I can go on and on for days about the ecosystem and the reverb unit that they have. They're just amazing for what they do and the functionality of it. They were my first sort of like, I need to read the manual to understand these, but you could still tweak the knobs and get everything set up the way, and it's like a pedal and not going through like a menu, whereas like the H9 is, I have to pull up my phone and dial everything in through touchscreen and whatnot. The Emperor stuff is a really good transitional pedals for that, and they just sound amazing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I can't wait for my bands.
I see here? Jay Steen just got the Boss OD200. He says nice. It's pretty good.
Can't beat a Boss pedal.
PJ in the Beard says, never messed with stereo either, but we recorded a bit with the Fender Pinwheel in stereo the other day. Sounded amazing through the 2 amps in the room. Nice. My sister says, thanks so much for supporting my brother and this awesome community. Oh. That's right. Thank you. On behalf of my sister and myself, and on behalf of Nick. And for those that are interested, if you'd like to support the channel on a monthly basis, we do have the Patreon page.
I hear you can support your channel through just $1.
You can, for as little as $1 a month. We've got, I think, 11 Patreons over there.
Those are rookie numbers. You got to get those numbers up. Come on, guys.
Millhead Hippie says, I just got a shit ton of pedals in my last video. Ooh. Nice. We are interested. We are always interested. Oh, I can't answer that, Chris. He's like, Ben and Nick, in your opinion, what's the best rock song in history?
Oh,
way too many to choose from.
yeah.
Depends on what mood you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Upside Down. Just put a link to the Patreon page in there.
Upside Down's always on it.
He is. And then Terry with the link to the merch store. If you want to buy yourself a Connect with Guitarist merch for the holidays, check it out. And we'll be damn, Metalhead Hippie donated $2 to the cause for a nip pinch. Ooh,
Nice.
just for Metalhead Hippie.
Damn.
Grumpy Mike says support Ben on Patreon. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, Grumpy Mike's one of our Patreons. Hey, Brian Landreth. Good to see you. And yes, you can get yourself a Connect with Guitarist shirt if you tune in till the end of the show.
Ah,
Just saying.
very cool.
What's the worst song in rock history? Oh, I don't know, Hugh. That's a good one.
Worst rock song.
I don't know. I'm sure it's something by Bon Jovi.
You know, that's not the first thing that came into my head. I've been teaching Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA to a whole bunch of beginner students for a beginner group at the School of Rock, and hearing da 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 da, like for 3 lessons in a row. For what is that for me? It's like about 2 hours hearing da 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 da. It kind of makes you want to. Every snare hit is like
Crowbar says B to E. B to E.
Yeah.
That's right. And tomorrow night is the night of giveaways as well. So apparently we'll start it tonight. And then Six String Brian is giving away a Boss pedal tomorrow night on his show. After his show will be my show, where I've got a box of goodies waiting to be sent out to somebody. So there we are.
Always pick the mystery box. Who knows? It could be a boat that you always wanted. We always wanted one of those.
Well, I know there's a variety of picks and stickers. There's a clip-on tuner, compliments of reverb.com in there.
That's awesome.
Planet Wave strap, Fender string winder, other stuff, buttons, bottle opener, keychain, all branded with various, companies and such. Swag.
That's
it's a box
awesome,
of swag. Long story short.
Box of swag.
Metal Soda says, how does one get a show? Well, you go into your YouTube and you click on Go Live, or you upload a video of a show. Q&A, vlog, podcast, whatever you want to call it. Speaking of which, I should mention, we're an hour in. We want to mention our sponsors, Reno Fin Custom Guitars, Lawrence Petros Design, FU Tone, Tessie Switch, Ardence Music, and Flipside Music. Oh, wait. There we go. Flipside Music.
Woo!
I am happy. Damn. Thank you, sir. Put that up on the screen with a donation to the NAMM Fund. What songs are kids interested in learning, Nick?
Ooh, that's a good question. A lot of the kids come in for lessons, and they'll usually want to learn stuff that's on the radio currently. I get a lot of kids who are like listening to modern country who want to learn that, and I'm like, so they go, I want to learn a country song. I'm like, so you want to learn Johnny Cash? And they go, what? And I'm like, yeah. And so a lot of that. Some of my more older students who have caught the guitar bug like to learn stuff, Zeppelin, Sabbath. I have one student who came into their trial lesson. He's like, I want to work on some Steve Vai stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. That was a fun lesson, and has been a student of mine now for about 2 years. And yeah, good kid. Nice. Very nice. And he's become a very good player. I'd like to say. I'm slightly biased.
Andrus, Ben and Nick, I keep hearing rumors that AC/DC is planning on touring in 2020. What do you think about that? I heard there's also a new album to go along with the new tour.
I am hearing about this now on the Canucks with Guitars live stream. So,
yeah, Brian Johnson and Phil Rudd are both rumored to be returning to the band.
Oh, really? That'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like it would be a great time.
What's the next piece of new gear on your list to purchase? Well, I just bought a Vermin.
Nice.
Thanks mostly to you fine folks. But yeah, I just got a Vermin on its way. So
I've actually been looking in the market for finding a nice classical nylon stringed guitar.
nice. I've been wanting one of those for a while now too.
Yeah. Because I studied classical at college for about 4 years, and I was just studying on like a budget model Cordoba, which was getting me there. And around the time I swapped over to jazz, I busted the bridge because I made myself a new saddle, and it was too thick, and it snapped the bridge in half at the point where it breaks. And
Ouch.
goes to show, hey, if you don't know what you're doing, always have a professional double check what you're doing before you try and do it yourself. So ever since then, it's kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, and I've finally gotten over the heartbreak. Okay, I should probably get myself another one and enjoy it for the sake of it.
Yeah. Howdy to Mickey Stoudemire.
So,
See a few Phil Rudd jokes. Hey, Dwight Bailey. Dogpa says all those old rock stars need to just move to Branson, Missouri, and play for the tourists. Yeah, Branson, Nashville, Vegas. They all do the Vegas residencies. I think that's where you'll just see more and more Vegas residencies.
yeah. There's the videos of like what was Billy Gibbons just playing down in Texas as a street musician. Billy Gibbons. I'm just like, I would have loved to see something like that.
Nice. That would be cool. That'd be cool.
A buddy of mine, when he was working at a grocery store up in Tinley, he got to meet Buddy Guy because he went in to buy some steaks.
Hey, guys, gotta
wait. He's just like, wait, are you Buddy Guy? He's like, yeah, how's it going? Came into practice the next day, like, oh my god, I met Buddy Guy. Got to go jam down at Legends because of that.
Crowbar says my first cheapo classical guitar cost me $80. I had it for 2 weeks. I woke up one morning and the neck separated from the body completely. Can't remember the brand. Don't want to remember.
No.
And that's right. Lawrence said they had some of Malcolm Young's demo tracks that they've worked into actual songs.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Which really, all they need is recording as a basic riff even. And then Angus could even work on that and add to it and stuff, right?
Yeah. It's crazy what you can do now just with recording technology. And like there's these old ideas. Oh, let's remaster it and we can edit it. And let's
in a band with such a timeless sound, once they went back to basics, let's forget about a couple of 80s albums, but they could pull out a demo from 1976 and you put it out now. Why not? It's AC/DC. Crowbar ended up getting a Yamaha. Yamaha makes nice little nylon strings, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're spending under $300 or $400. Get yourself a Yamaha. They make a great product. I am partial to the Cordoba line just because I like having a truss rod in my nylon string guitars, which is apparently a touchy issue. I learned as I was studying in college. My one professor's like, or no, it wasn't a professor. It was a colleague of mine. It's like, you have a truss rod in your classical guitar. It is not correct. It's not period correct, blah, blah. I'm like, hey, man.
Yeah, I like a guitar that I can actually play. Sorry.
Yeah. It's like, I'd much rather have the functionality of the truss rod than not to have one. Though I'm sure Yamahas have a truss rod in them. But
Brian Landreth says scallop necks rule. If you could play them, I can't play them. I'm the polar opposite. I like no fret height. Because I like to press into the fretboard when I play. So
the only scalped guitar I had was a buddy of mine takes guitars, tears them apart, puts them back together, and he scalped a guitar with just the most extreme, more scalp than like an Ingve Strat. And I remember playing. I'm like, this is weird.
I played an Ingve Strat, and that was it. Chris says, Ben, what is a band you would like to see but is no longer touring, hasn't toured in a while, or haven't been able to play in. I go with probably Zeppelin. Back when they had no opening act, they did an electric set, an acoustic set, and then another electric set.
Yeah.
Jimmy Page all just strung out on smack, and
Yeah.
sure.
If I were to pick someone, I would love to see Gary Moore play. He's another. I know I said earlier, like the core three. Gary Moore's always just hiding at the very bottom at that number 4 spot. Listen, like a great album. Listen to his tribute to the Hendrix out, like the Blues for Jimmy album, and Still Got the Blues. You listen to those albums, and it's just
well. Look
awesome.
Who decided to finally show up and grace us with his presence.
Oh, it's Albus. Oh, now you show up about an hour and 5 minutes and 34 seconds in. There you are. How's it going?
Yeah, Van Halen would have been good too. Early '80s Van Halen.
Oh yeah.
Or probably even the one like the OU812 tour or 5150 tour.
Oh yeah.
There's still some good stuff too, but I don't know, something about Roth, the darker tones, like it.
I really didn't mind the Van Hagar era that much. I guess it's probably just because I'm young and I didn't grow up through like the original Lee Roth era. I'm sure there's that aspect to it, but I've never found the Van Hagar stuff to be that offensive. I didn't really view it as a Van Halen record, though. I viewed it more as like, this is Sammy Hagar with Van Halen playing guitar. And Michael Anthony and all that. But, there weren't bad songs.
Oh, hell no. They had their biggest commercial success with Sammy. Because they transitioned into more of a pop band.
Yeah. Which is probably
Chris says Van Halen or Iron Maiden. Van Halen, hands down.
Van Halen or who? I didn't catch it.
Doesn't matter. It's always Van Halen.
Well, was it Van Halen or Iron Maiden?
Yeah.
Okay. I would still probably go with Van Halen.
It's always Van Halen. Always.
Though I have a soft spot. Oh, sorry. What?
It's Eddie. It's Eddie.
Yeah, it's
one of the reasons I picked up a guitar. So.
Yeah. On that note, Iron Maiden has a soft spot in my heart because one of the driving influences, besides my dad playing, was my buddy gave me the Caught Somewhere in Time album from Iron Maiden. And I remember this vividly. Like, I put the CD into my Xbox because that's what I used to listen to music, because I could listen to it through the TV surround sound and whatnot. And I put that album on and I heard the opening track and I just started air guitaring. I'm like, oh, I got to do this. My dad could teach me how to play. I got to learn how to do this.
Touche, Crowbar. Crowbar says Iron Maiden has Eddie as well.
Oh, yeah.
Touche. Cream versus Hendrix. Oh. I don't know.
That's easy for me. I would still go with Hendrix. I love Cream.
I'd probably still go with Hendrix too.
Cream's amazing, but
I'll defer to Aaron's rule. Who would be the better hang? I think I'd rather hang with Jimi Hendrix than Eric Clapton.
Likewise. Because if you're hanging out with Cream, you also have to hang out with
Ginger Baker.
Ginger Baker.
Fuck that. Yeah, because I was thinking of that. And I'd sure as hell hang out with Mitch Mitchell over Ginger
Baker. Yeah. Cream. One of my old college professors would tell me he got to see all of these awesome musicians. Like, he saw Zeppelin when they were still touring under the name the New Yardbirds. And he told me about how he got to see Zeppelin right before they released Zeppelin 1. And it was amazing. And he's like, I got to see Cream too during their heyday. And it was just a volume war. You couldn't hear anybody. Everybody was trying to be louder. It wasn't being music. It was who can be louder.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Guitar Hack. Good to see you, man.
Howdy.
Crowbar says, as abrasive as Ginger is, I'm sure he got his ass handed to him multiple times for being that way. That's what I've heard.
I mean, that's to be expected if you have that sort of attitude.
Yep.
You're bound to find somebody else with the same attitude.
Hey, nothing wrong with Pet Shop Boys if you're in the right mood, upside down. but you got to be in the right mood. All right, keep those questions coming, folks. Can't let Chris do all the work here.
Thank you, Chris, though, for asking some good questions.
Yeah. I hope you're enjoying yourself, Chris. As the ticker says, don't forget to like and subscribe, folks.
And then do the bell.
And I notice, based on my Facebook post today, that Aaron also registered for NAMM, as well as JJ. So all three of us are set, along with the Flipside boys.
Very cool.
Things are going to get greasy in California.
Woo! And they're not talking about In-N-Out.
There will be In-N-Out at some point. I went live on YouTube the first time I went to In-N-Out because JJ's like, want to go get some In-N-Out? I'm like, yeah, let's go live and do it. And we even asked for extra ketchup in the drive-thru for Quentin James.
That's awesome.
Favorite Andy Timmons song?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
I don't know, because he's a guy I can just listen to just noodle.
Non-stop. Yeah, he's such a musical player, and his just like the overall way he approaches the sound, it's so dynamic and it's wonderful. If I'm torn between the obvious choice of Electric Gypsy or Cry For You. Those are just two beautiful tracks that are amazing in their own.
Is a great one. That's true.
And then you have songs that I love the title of it just for the name of it alone. It's Groove or Die, and it's like the most shred-tastic song it's like 2 minutes and 30 seconds long or something like that of just pure guitar savagery, and it's amazing. And you think with the name like Groove or Die, it's going to be super chill, just jamming and vibing. And no, it's just borderline Malmsteen riffs of pure arpeggios and all that fun stuff. It's crazy.
Yep. Let's see here. I thought I saw Ben Thompson in here. My good buddy Ben, I've known for, Jesus, too many years. We were chatting the other day. Good to see you, brother Ben.
Cool.
He says, I found a really great deal today on a guitar and a very old amplifier, but I think I'm going to upgrade the bridge to a Callahan setup. What do you think? Also, pickup wizard, good or bad?
I have friends who love the Callahan stuff.
I am not that familiar with either of those things.
I'm not familiar with the other project, but the Callahan stuff I've heard is amazing. I'm always more of a hip shot guy. I use a lot of their stuff, and it's amazing. Like I have their locking tuners on just about every single guitar I have that doesn't have locking tuners on it.
Nice.
So, but I've heard great things about the Callahan bridges.
I haven't tried one. I've heard, they were a nice hot rod piece back in the day. That's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm. And of course, it'd be awesome if you get one of the FU tone sustainer blocks.
Yes.
Go with it.
Go to FU-tone. Or also Tessie Switch has blocks as well, and you can use coupon code Canucks and save 15%.
Whoop whoop. Save that money.
I don't think we've seen Rob from Tessie Switch in here yet tonight. But I am hoping to run into him at NAMM.
Mm-hmm. I love those.
We got a few people that are headed to NAMM that are in here.
Awesome. I love those Helix knobs that I keep seeing you post about. They look really cool.
Oh, yes. And those are available from Tessie Switch.
Yes. Makes me want to buy an HX Stomp so that way I can just put the knobs on.
Well, maybe you, not me. I just can't get into that stuff.
For me, it'd be more or less just a backup amp.
Yeah.
Because I also like going all analog with my main gigging amp is just a Fender Deluxe Reverb that I get to turn the volume up on, put my sweet Lawrence pedals for filth. But, if that amp were to blow a tube, I'd be SOL.
Right.
Unless I want to bring around my 68 Bandmaster head everywhere with me, but I'd rather
Looks like
not do that.
Dante, old man Dan's got to head out. See you, buddy.
Have a good one.
Somebody asked, what does In-N-Out Burger have for dessert? More burgers.
I wouldn't know. I haven't been graced with an In-N-Out burger.
Grumpy Mike asks, how does one get into NAMM? Well, you can get passes through a retailer, which is what I did. Flipside Music is supplying me with passes. Or you can get a pass through a company that's vending there or is a member of NAMM. Or you can get a press pass. Other than that, find somebody you know that's going and say, hey, can you get me a pass too? And see how they get one. There's a few different ways.
Psst, Aaron, you should totally bring me to NAMM. I'll hide in your suitcase.
There we go. Or you can rappel through the roof like Batman. That's what Aaron says.
That is a much better answer.
I am happy, says, is there any way to get the smell of weed out of a hollow body guitar? Asking for a friend. You can try one of those odorator type things, but I think they're kind of gimmicky.
And I wouldn't know because I'm not a partaker of that. Nothing again.
I would leave the guitar out in the open. Let it just air out. That's about the best thing you can do. Just let it air out. Lawrence says, I was going to say, what's wrong with using the front door? Well, see, Nick doesn't have a pass. Is there scalpers outside of NAMM? No, because the tickets it's not a ticket, it's a pass you have to apply for. And you have to show ID with the pass to make sure the name matches up and fun stuff like that. Lawrence says Lysol kills it. I had to de-stink lots of old amps for refurbs. Well, there we go.
Good to know.
Or you see Guitar Hack says smoke a cigar by the guitar. Smell is gone.
Are you really getting rid of a smell or are you just replacing it though?
Metalhead Hippie says orange peels. Which, with a name like Metalhead Hippie, you think, he may have some experience. Ozone generators eat smell, TrueTech says. See, now if that sounds like some kind of technology with a name like TrueTech, sure. Mm-hmm. Brad Miller says the knobs are cool. Yes, of course the knobs are cool. Dogpuss says smoke a joint, geez. Metalhead Hippie says he does have the experience. And Terry says good answers. Well, we try to help out here. Still got 52 people watching. Got about another 40 minutes to go, folks. So, which means in about half an hour, we'll announce the contest involving myself and Metalhead Hippie.
Awesome.
Chris asks, what's our favorite brand of guitar?
Ooh.
I'll just go with Fender.
Fender? I am a PRS fanboy. Like I said, I own just about one of every major brand. Got a Gretsch, G&L, Fender, all that. The PRS is the only guitar I can take out of a gig bag, and with the tools they have, I can do get a full-blown setup just with what they've got. They're super easy to work with. There
we go. Yeah, I don't know. Fender, just because I've always grown up around Fenders. Feels like home.
And it's tough to beat Fender, too. They're amazing. Like, if it wasn't for PRS, Fender would be my answer. But I'm highly biased to this PRS that I'm playing.
Yeah, for some reason, Guitar Hack says Gibson. Gee, I wonder why. Sister says, I got to go last night before Scott leaves for the week. Have a good one, everyone. CSS, say hey to everybody.
Adios.
Damn, I am happy.
Again. Damn.
Good answers. Thanks. Do what we can. My throat's starting to act up, which is going to mean fun show tomorrow.
Whoop, whoop. I keep grabbing my water bottle, which I'm sure is aggravating someone. Because.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
This.
That's right. Everyone's saying goodbye to my sister, and then Mickey says hello to Brad Miller. Metal Soda's telling my sister to go to bed. What do we think of the new PRS SE hollow body? What do you think, Nick? You're a PRS guy.
I think they look awesome and stunning. The price tag is a bit pricey for me because I remember when they launched the SE series, the SE is supposed to stand for student edition, and I get inflation's a thing, but it looks amazing. I'd love to play one. I am a sucker for hollow bodies. I love, like, I got a D'Angelico and a Gretsch, and I'm talking to Reno Fin about that semi-hollow that he had on his website.
Nice.
Because that looked really cool. But
so apparently Aaron wants you to stop by Guitar Center tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I'll see if I can swing by.
And just so you know, apparently Nick does have some merch, which ties in with this question. What's Nick's shirt?
This is our OG original logo for my original band called Johnny Personne. It's a J and a P. And our logo used to have like a question. It's supposed to be sort of like a cultish kind of symbol, like think like Blue Oyster Cult and whatever. We have since gotten a much cooler looking logo than this, but it's a lot of fun. We play a lot of really cool music. We are currently in the recording process. I know I finished most of my stuff. I have one acoustic part left to track now that I'm thinking about it, but it's really cool. Lots of stuff. It's funny, going back to my obsession with the Lawrence Petros stuff, every single track on the album is a different Lawrence pedal.
Nice. You heard that, Lawrence.
Just about every single pedal. I think
Lawrence is giddy right now. He's working away. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. No. I used the 87, I can't think, Lost Dutchman, the Vermin, and the Howie all over that record. They're everywhere. It's really cool.
Nice.
I'm really looking forward to it being out and about.
Lawrence just said, "Oh."
Hey, he makes some really awesome pedals that kind of helped inspire some of the songs that we're playing.
Nice.
One song that
the Sean Zimmerman in there. Metalhead Hippie says, "What's a good $500 P90 guitar models? $500 with a P90. Those Fender Modern Player, the thin line tellies with the P90s were pretty cool, but I don't think they're making those anymore.
I'd say look for like I love I have a Gibson Double Cut Junior. You could probably maybe find one used for that. I don't know about new.
Yeah,
that price.
I don't think you can get into Reverend. Maybe an import GNL.
I don't know if they do. Do they have a P90 guitar?
No, maybe not.
I can't think of one because I know they have all of like their MFD pickups and a lot of their like budget guitars still, which is cool because not a lot of other brands put the pickups they put in their USA stuff.
Aaron says the Vermin is one of my auditory sex slaves. Good to know.
The Vermin, it does okay. Anybody who has a Vermin, and Ben, I want you to try this. Something that I discovered with the Vermin when I first plugged it in and was like, rocks, it kills. You set it up and you roll your volume back just like to about halfway, and you get this super glassy, clean sound that I can't get out of any other pedal. It's just really unique and it sounds awesome.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's another thing I like about Lawrence. Sorry, we've gotten to an hour and a half. I'm gonna gush about my Lawrence stuff. I managed to make it this long. All of his stuff just responds really well. to your pick attack and where you set your volume and what type of guitar you're playing. They're just
it's that Desert Mojo.
Yeah. All in
it's because he cares. He's like Betty Crocker. He builds with love.
Yes.
The secret ingredient is love.
Mm-hmm. And good solder connections.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Look inside one of those things.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
Joe Hervey says, I've not heard one bad thing about LPD pedals.
There's a reason for that.
The only thing, and I would say it was misinformed, is somebody will say they're a little expensive. I was like, well, you just go buy your Joyo pedals. You know, like you get what you pay for in life.
And I mean, they're all being made one at a time. I mean, I think.
Which goes to Chris's next question. Ben, what is your pet peeve related to music? People that want a Dumble for Joyo prices.
Mm-hmm. I was on the Facebook groups and someone made a comment, but all mini pedals should be $100 or less. And I'm just like, man, those take more time to get all of the components in, and they're more costly to make because you have to design the circuit around it. And it was cool though, because you just see all of these builders like the BFJ guy and Jason Walding from Wampler, and all these like builders are like, and they just blew up the comments. I'm like, oh wow, good insight. Oh, what's this? I use unicorn solder and only solder light of the moon. Thanks for sharing that, Ben.
That's the secret to Lawrence's tone, folks.
And love.
Yeah, and upside down it says all boutique pedals are around the same price. Exactly. And it's like you get what you pay for.
Yeah, he's price
like anything in life. You know, it's like, is a $2,500 guitar, you know, worth 50 times more than a Glary? I don't know if it's 50 times as good, but it's going to be 10 times as good. Just like, you know, you got to cut corners somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
6-string Stanger says Rev pedals are awesome. They are good.
They look very good. Yeah,
I'm waiting for Glary to reach out. I'd probably, you know, if they sent me one, I'd take a look at it. What is the most embarrassing moments you've had while performing on stage or performing live?
I have a story that comes to mind immediately. First ever gig. We're playing. We've been practicing this set for like a month. It was like a battle of the bands. And it's the first song in the set. We get going. I go up to take a solo. I run up to the front of the stage and I unplug myself. And the best part is, though, there's an audio of it, and my bandmates at the time haven't let me live it down. You hear this boop, boop, and then nothing else because it's just the backing player. And I'm just like, oh, no. And it's like, we're going to get you a longer chord for your next show.
I would say, yeah. Lawrence says that one time I went out on stage without pants on. Someone in the back yelled, "Quentin!" Yeah, I've damn near fallen off stage. I've unplugged. The worst was I was playing through my half stack, which was a very loud amp, to the point where you have to run your pedals below unity to actually bring the volume down. Mm-hmm. And it was me. That's why it was embarrassing. I stepped on my MXR full bore metal, which was my tone, to all of a sudden, probably 5 to 10 decibels louder, pure clean guitar over top of Godsmack type. Pling, pling.
Oof.
Taking a headstock in the head, taking people's heads with my headstock.
I've been hit in the face by many a bass headstock. It's not fun.
I'd almost rather it come back into the cheekbone than take the sharp string ends, because my bass players never knew how to string their bass probably, into the shoulder blade. And you're like, ooh. Yeah, that's a G string. Yeah.
Oof.
And then they move away and your shirt's going with it.
I have a funny story about a rehearsal. We were we were rehearsing a Who song, and Bob O'Reilly and bass player's really feeling it, and I'm singing it, and I'm like, out here in the it said not like fudge, but a more provocative word. And then we stopped the song because it was just a rehearsal and laughed about it for about 5 minutes, and then went on with the rest of our lives.
Crowbar says, I'd rather take a G-string to the shoulder than a shoulder to my G-string. Well said, Crowbar. Well said. Now, hello to Thrash Metal and Fun Riffs.
Howdy, howdy.
Chuck Booth threw up into the crowd one night. I mean, ICBM vomiting, no more Southern Comfort mixed in, snow cone before a show. Yeah. I remember playing at a show and I was so pissed off for whatever reason. I was pounding beers on stage, and then when the can would still be about a quarter full, so it still has some weight to it, start chucking cans into the crowd.
Ooh.
And not tossing, like whipping them into the crowd.
Mm.
Heron says, I passed out on Virginia Beach with a band member and was purple for a month. I had a pair on non-tan shorts for a year. Played that night. The strap made the blisters bleed through my shirt. Yeah,
Ooh.
I'd do it.
I'm trying to think if I have any other hysterical moments in musical careers. Man,
Yeah, weird stuff. Just weird stuff.
Better trying to think of some funny things that have happened in the lesson room. There have been many a times where my student, like, you can say something and it's fine in the context, but then you stop and you think about what you just said out of context, and it's like, oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, there could be, you could have a bit of friction in the band, be calling out a bandmate right at the time the sound man puts the mics live.
Mm.
So, your dirty laundry is now the venue's dirty laundry. That's always nice.
I have a story now. Things said in lessons that taken out of context. A student came in and they were like, my guitar keeps going out of tune. And I'm like, well, have you lubricated your nut? And they're like, what? And they got really embarrassed. And I'm like nut lubricant. Like, you put it in the slots of your nut where your strings sit, and it helps. And me being me, I'm like, why are you getting all? And then I stopped and I thought about it. I'm like, oh, yeah, nut lubricant.
Aaron says, I watched a guy pee in a water bottle side stage, then accidentally drink that water bottle while pumping up the crowd.
Oh, you timed that perfectly, as in drinking out of a water bottle.
Yeah, I think we've all seen some weird shit from the stage. Especially by that fourth set.
Mm-hmm. Last show I played, the promoter of the place and a buddy of his was a photographer, and the promoter was really short. And as we're playing a set, the photographer friend puts the promoter on his shoulders, and they both have their phones out taking pictures on top of each other. It was like a totem pole. You're trying not to lose your composure as you're like, what the heck's going on in front of me right now?
I remember we loaded in for a gig. It was on a Friday the 13th with a full moon. And I said, well, I'm playing the cheapest guitar I own tonight, because I just know something crazy is going to happen. And yeah, it was good. From what I've been told, it was a good night.
That gig was on a Friday the 13th. Sorry.
I used to always play Friday the 13th for some reason. We always got booked.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th, sure, let's do it.
Yep. I mean, when you're a musician, you get booked on Fridays. It's going to happen.
Exactly. It was always a big show. Always had like an extra 20% crowd,
Mm-hmm.
Just those few extras would always come out. And then the drama would start like a New Year's Eve party.
Oh.
Yeah, always fun.
New Year's Eve party on Friday the 13th. Let it sink
Yeah, I'm not going to
in.
say which band member said to his girlfriend at the time, "Fuck you, I got to go to work," through the PA system.
Oof.
Yeah. We're not going to say who that was.
No. That would be very bad.
Yeah. Ben started doing gigs by himself after that.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't need you there.
I'm very appreciative of my spouse since she is currently studying for music and whatnot. She gets it when I say, hey, I've got to go out to a gig. There's like do you have to? And then she goes, I know I'm being silly right now. Just go have fun. Or she'll come with me depending on her workload. So it's wonderful.
All right. Folks have any more questions here? If not, we may wrap up things a little early, only because my throat's starting to fall apart. But keep it coming, folks. I see the chat went from flying to all of a sudden just stopped. Hey, it moved. Chris says he was booed live on stage at a Fab Four concert wearing Rolling Stone shirt. Well, see, that tells me you probably have a decent taste in music because you're wearing a Stone shirt, and I don't know who the fuck the Fab Four are. Because that ain't the Beatles.
True.
There's only one Fab Four, and they're from Liverpool.
Yeah. I think it's a tribute band because I've heard of the Fab Four. Unless it's the Fab Four.
Well, then I could see that in a sense.
Yeah.
Because the whole Beatles versus Stones, whatever.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, come on. You're playing, if you're at a Beatles gig and you wear a Stone shirt, that's, I don't know.
Metal Soda says, I'm dying, dead battery, bye. See ya, Metal.
Peace out. I haven't had to resort to the backup charging, though. I don't see where my battery's at currently, so.
Crowbar says the prefab 4. All right.
And now we're back to Nick KB Music watches Ben Coombs watches chat.
Yeah, somebody asked earlier, anything I'm looking forward to at NAMM? Yes, the new EVH Stripe series, Frankenstein tribute. So I'm down for that. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, I want it. I want it. And a rule of thumb, if you're a YouTuber and you go to NAMM, go to the EVH booth, film the new guitar the first day of NAMM, and get it up on YouTube ASAP. Aaron helped me. We shot a 1-minute video for Instagram. I ended up throwing it up on here, and it had 2,000 views in like a week.
I'm trying to think if there's anything cool I'm looking forward to seeing covered at NAMM.
And Steve Vai has a new guitar coming out too, apparently.
He does?
Apparently.
Oh, okay.
I don't have details, but this is what I hear in the rumors.
I'm waiting to hear what Steve Vai's going to do for his next amp.
I think he's going to go with Synergy stuff.
Yeah, I know he's been using that with like other preamp stuff and using the carbon preamp pedal as like a module. So that would make sense.
Favorite Beatles song? Oh, I don't know. Milt says Fab Four is playing at Caesars in Windsor on January 19th. That will be NAMM weekend.
Oh. I'm trying to think of... It's tough to pick a Beatles song. They're all so different. Like for
I know. It's a very, do you go for I Saw Her Standing There as opposed to I Am the Walrus? There's a lot of territory here.
One of my favorites is probably Dear Prudence, though. It's just such an out there song.
There we go.
Very relaxing, though, too. If you can find that relaxing.
Do I believe in Santa Claus? Yes. Have you seen my father? Just saying. I've never seen them both in the same room. Dogpo wants a pedal that turns down the rest of the band. Nice.
That's getting a volume pedal running to running through the mixer main.
Yeah. Yeah, volume pedal right on front of house. SD Design says, hey, Ben, you putting a new carpet? I do need to get some mats or rugs. I'm putting a couple throw rugs in here just to get rid of the echo. That's right, True Tech Volume Wars. Aaron's asking Nick, you coming next Saturday? Bring your girlfriend.
Next Saturday is the charity gig. That's why I couldn't do the show with you, Aaron. We tried setting up a show at a local venue in Joliet, and it happened to be the day that worked for all the other bands except for my band is the day that we're doing a charity gig.
So, there we go.
Otherwise, we would be there. But unfortunately, I can't.
Hello to Layla's Guitar Daddy. Aaron says, oh yeah, #life.
Yeah. I remember I saw the Facebook event and I was like, Aaron, that SOB, he didn't tell me about it. I would have talked to the bandmates and see if we could do it. I was like, oh wait, yeah, we already discussed that we couldn't do that day.
Joe Hervey's asking Nick to talk a bit more about the lessons he gives.
Yeah. So as I said earlier, I can go to your house or meet at a location. I also teach through a couple different schools. I teach at the School of Rock in Plainfield primarily. It's a lot of fun. For me, I guess the thing that I really want to copyright is, for my goal as a teacher, I want to find out what my students are trying to achieve and let them make music and have their own kind of musical identity. Because it's great to learn all of the basics and learn how to learn all the covers and be able to play them all. But I really want to see what my students can do when it comes to things like improvisation and whatnot. And ultimately to have fun.
How long have you played drums?
Who, me or you? Or me?
I don't play drums.
My dad put me behind the kit before I learned how to play guitar because he said you need to be able to keep time for yourself. So about as long, but I wouldn't say I'm nearly as competent behind the kit as I am behind a guitar. I can keep a 4 count and play the drums loosely. Like I can go to a blues jam night and shoot there. I would not say I am a drummer though, if that makes any sense.
There we go. Aaron's talking about drinking whiskey and contemplating life like Quentin. Fair enough. And he says, pants are like life's great choices. They're optional. Very nice. Well, I'm thinking it's about time we announce this contest. What do you think?
All right. Yeah.
All right. So, Metalhead Hippie contacted me here. Here goes the contest. If you would like to win a Canucks with Guitars shirt up to a value of 25 US doll hairs, this is what you got to do. You got to be subscribed to me. You got to be subscribed to Metalhead Hippie. I recommend having your subscriptions set to public so he can check on things like that. No, you did not win yet, Joe. You did not win yet. Hugh Caldwell's getting a good sound from Vox AC15 C1 without pedals. Yeah, you can get a good sound from them. Yeah,
definitely.
Great. All right, so you got to be subscribed to both of our channels. You see Metalhead Hippie here in the chat. Subscribe to his channel. Maybe one of the moderators can post a link to his channel as well. The deal is, I got to go back to the first email. Here we go. Subscribe. Okay, you have to watch one of his last 5 videos to find out. You have to guess what Metalhead Hippie's first guitar is. If you know what Metalhead Hippie's first guitar is, email Metalhead Hippie at metalheadhippie@yahoo.com with your answer. He said he's only got 5 videos on the channel, and one of them is super long. Watch the other 4 definitely. And now he's saying no in here. Okay. I'm just reading what you got here. The first one to email me the correct full answer will win Tell them to stick around till the end of the video for the special contest, of course. That's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to subscribe to both channels, have to watch one of his last 5 videos to find out. I mentioned it in one of those last 5 videos. And we'll just go back over to the other email in case I forgot something here. Yeah, he says there are 5 videos I made 3 months ago, and it's in one of those, but not the 112-minute video. So 4 videos. Get the name of my first write and win up to a $25 t-shirt. That's out of the second email, Metalhead Hippie. They must be subscribed to both our channels, so tell them to sub now if they want to win a shirt. I am happy says too complicated for stoners, man. So basically just go watch the short videos on Metalhead Hippie's channel. Be subscribed to me. Be subscribed to him. When he tells you what his first guitar is, write it in an email on the phone. See, I'm watching on the laptop. I'm typing on the phone. He said he had a BC Rich. Blah, 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 blah. Assuming it's a BC Rich, blah, 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 blah. Send it off to him. Hopefully you're the first person to send him one. He'll reply, dude, you're the first person. What do you want? Oh, so it is the 3-month-old video. All right. Well, there we are. I assume I am not eligible for said contest. But that's okay. I have some Canucks merch. I enjoy wearing it. 4 of them. Okay, yes. So 4 videos from 3 months ago. So everyone should do that. Check it out. And also, anyone that's a fan of the Tone King should give a thanks to Metalhead Hippie for shouting out the Tone King so much because he got to 100,000 subs.
Oh, awesome.
So congrats to the Tone King. See, Metalhead Hippie, he's not even sure which one. It's in one of them. So there we go. Check it out, folks. And, of course, then we're giving away this prize pack here tomorrow full of all kinds of cool stuff. Let's just double check. I'm seeing, plated wave strap. You see a reverb tuner, a Fender string winder, a Haunted Lab sticker on top, Mythos pedals, keychain. What's this? A Novo Guitars beer cozy.
Ooh, fancy.
May or may not still faintly smell like PBR. Actually, no, it doesn't, because the jeans I wore to the party, this went in the back pocket, and I found it in the back pocket of the jeans after I washed the jeans. So it has been washed.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
I see a Nerd Halen pick in here. I see a Gravity pick in here.
Hey.
I see a button from Xander Circuitry.
Very cool.
We've got one of those lanyard things from Vola Guitars. Yeah, it's just various things in here.
I absolutely love the Gravity stuff. I am not paid to say that, but I really, really dig their picks.
Yes, you have the personalized Gravity picks.
Yeah, I love their 003s. I'm a Jazz 3 sucker for anything Jazz 3, and they have this awesome clarity to the pick attack. It's amazing.
I just got into the white Dunlop, whatever white Dunlop Tortexes are, because those are the #1 that companies had their logos printed on.
Mm-hmm.
So I've adapted to using these picks because I scammed so many of them at the NAMM shows.
Oh, yeah. And I'm envious of my buddy. He's currently on wait for a Novo. He placed an order a few months ago through CME, and I'm waiting for him to get it so I can.
Oh, nice.
Have some fun. Be like, hey man, I should come over sometime. We should hang out and let me see that new guitar.
Yeah, exactly. Hello, Robot Master Switch. Hello, hello.
Howdy. I wonder if anyone has found the answer for the t-shirt giveaway by now.
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, I assume they're going to wait till after this to watch the video. So at least I hope they are. Then again, we're down to 52 people watching. So, Aaron says Novos are wonderful. Yes, got to play several of them at the Novo party. That was pretty damn cool. Oh, gee, there's Rick Beato. Oh, gee, yeah. There's Joe Morgan of Morgan Amps.
Oh, yeah.
Zach from Mythos hanging out. Rob from Tessie Switch stopped by.
Their stuff looks
SD
amazing.
Design says, do you play all those amps, Ben? Not lately, but I think I've played through all of them at one time or another. What's the ideal amount of guitars? Is it G plus 1? Yes.
Yes.
George Lackey says, split that stuff up, share the wealth. I've still got a bunch of other stuff to include in giveaways and stuff, so that's just some stuff I found laying around. So just little stocking stuffers. We'll be doing the big contest, next month, where we're giving away a damn guitar, so... Oh, I got a local player that messaged me, says, know anybody that repairs pedals? Lawrence.
Lawrence. Petros.
We'll answer him back after we're done the show. He's a great player. Played for years in an AC/DC tribute band.
Awesome.
He played the part of Angus, and he looked like Angus, plays like Angus.
Nice.
Short like Angus. Whoa, did I say that out loud?
I was going to ask, so you answered the question.
Yeah. And then he started a local bar band called Craven Moorhead.
Wonderful.
All right. Any other questions coming up in here, folks? Looks like Angus, plays like Angus. Nice. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Is Angus.
Crowbar says it's better than a band called Phil McCrevis. There we go. Metalhead Hippie just put his email in the chat here for folks. Chris is headed out. Well, thank you for all the questions, Chris. I hope you enjoyed the show, and hopefully you subscribed and enjoyed this. Ring the bell and all that. Come back. We do this every week.
Thanks, Chris. I'll see you next Sunday.
Yeah, awesome. Let's see here. Why do my hands play doom metal without conscious thought, and why does doom metal sound better when you play without a shirt? That's a good question. I don't know why it sounds better without a shirt, but it does. Yeah. I see that, Chris. He says, I did it all. See you later. Have a good one, man.
Awesome.
I don't know, but I'm building a doom metal, stoner metal board. I've got some ideas. It's going to involve the orange Dark Terror into a 2x15.
Oh, yeah. You're just asking for it.
I'm pretty sure I need curly cables, though, to really get the tone right.
That and the 2 Ravens.
Yes. Yeah, I missed out on the 2 Ravens.
That's a drag.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might go something a little spittier, brighter sounding. I was talking with Lawrence about it. Phil Bradshaw asks if I've heard of Magnum guitars. I have not. Metalhead Hippie says, Ben, you have to watch my last video. There we go.
He's given the answer away. So now everybody wants
Robot Master Switch says, a doom metal board? I'm already unbuttoning my flannel.
My flannel's already unbuttoned, and we didn't even start talking about it.
And apparently Aaron says, yes, I have heard of Magnum guitars.
Of course, Aaron. I feel like Aaron's heard of everything. You say the most obscure brand out there, and Aaron has heard of it, and will be able to tell you every single thing about that brand that sets them apart from any other brand.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's got the memory. I don't know. Sure. Yeah, it could be one of those. Have you ever played this guitar? You know, we'll be live from Nashville. Nope, never heard of it. He was like, dude, you had one in your hands half an hour ago before we left.
Yeah.
Phil says, my first electric was Magnum. Bought it at Harmony House in Detroit. Honestly, it was crap, and I knew nothing about guitars back then. And Aaron says, yeah, it's a disorder.
Yeah.
Nice. And Ben Thompson tagged me in a post on Instagram with the guitar and amp that he bought today.
Oh, very cool.
Looks like a double cut Les Paul Jr. in TV yellow.
Very nice.
Very
nice. If you're buying a junior, it's got to be in the yellow.
Oh, yeah.
I say as I have a double cut junior that's in the cherry, but
there's something about that TV yellow. I want a single cut junior, though, myself. I like the single cut juniors.
I don't know. I guess since I'm just so used to Strats and like the PRS stuff, I like having that clearance for my thumb that you kind of get with the double cut.
Right.
Than a Lester Paul.
But I don't know. It's just, a single cut junior. That's just a punk rock machine right there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you cannot wear them above the waist. They have to be, closer to the knee than the belt.
Yes. Because if you have it closer to the belt, they're probably going to get severe buckle rash.
Now, those I have heard of. Pearl guitars. Yes, Phil Bradshaw. Pearl guitars made in the same factory as the Vantage and the Area Pro 2 stuff. Yep. Same factory that Mike Kramer was made at, which is the ESP factory, basically. Aaron likes the single cut in that dark black to yellow burst. That's nice. Yeah, more of the tobacco burst. Awesome. Mellowhead Hippie says, what shirts do you have for $25? I think spreadshirt.ca, there's several, I think, at that price point or cheaper. You have to take a look. All the basic t-shirts, I think, should be that price. Thank you, Phil. Yeah, the Matsumoka factory. And you're right, Aaron. Yeah, tobacco burst. So there we go. So Nick, see, I almost called you Aaron because I got Aaron on the screen. I definitely want to thank you for coming on. Do you have anything you want to add tonight? We've been hanging out talking gear for a couple hours.
Just want to say thanks for letting me be on. If you are on the Instagrams, you can follow me and my musical exploits at Nick KB Music. And you can also follow my original group, Johnny Personne. That's person with an extra N at the end of PERSONE.
Links down below in the description as well, folks. To all Nick's social media that he sent to me.
Yes. It's a lot of fun. We're about to release an album, hopefully early next year, because we're running out of time for it to be this year. And looking forward to it. And again, thank you. Had a lot of fun.
No problem. Hey, if you have any physical copies of the CD, send one along with Aaron to California.
Will do.
I'll throw it into the collection for sure.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, definitely, thanks, man, for coming on. I knew, like I said, without ever hearing your music, I knew you're a good guy just based on your pedal board.
Yeah. It's fun.
So that right there. Hey, Hurley. Well, there's Upside Down. Just put your Instagram in there. Awesome.
Hey, thanks so much, Upside Down.
Yeah, and thanks to the moderators putting in the links and stuff like that. Again, thanks everybody that tuned in tonight. Thanks, new subscribers. I see you picked up a couple more subs tonight, which is awesome. Thank you. Thanks everybody that donated to the channel. Definitely. Where is that? Contributing to the NAMM Fund. Because remember, the more you contribute, folks, the drunker Aaron and I get.
No, you're getting our research and development funds to find out what the best beer is.
That and what isn't spent on beer on Thursday through Saturday, we are going to the Orange County World Guitar Show on the Sunday.
Yeah. Buy Ben a new guitar.
Last time I was there, they had 2 53 Les Pauls.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hey, Tom Harhai says, thanks, #lurkin. Metalhead Hippie says, hang on, Upside Down almost has it. Okay. Well, we will slowly roll things out here. So, yeah, and again, if you want to hang out and join the team on Patreon, I do appreciate that. And, definitely, Nick, pleasure hanging out. It was great meeting you. And, Aaron's talked about you. And now I can say, okay, you know what? I get it.
Cool.
So I hope you had a good time. And again, I hope everybody tunes in tomorrow night for the giveaway of Ben's box of crap for stockings or whatever. It's not a Boss pedal like 6-string Brian, you know. But Aaron just says this will be anticlimactic if he's wrong. Hugh Caldwell says, great hang, Ben. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. So let's see here. We're waiting. Where's the comment from Upside Down or Metalhead Hippie? Because we're going to wrap things up here, folks.
I conveniently had bongos literally right in front of me this entire time for a drum roll.
Nice. Very nice.
I'm gonna
tomorrow night, yes, I'll play some tunes. Hopefully tomorrow night. We're going to try a new setup here tomorrow night for the Canuck Show, folks. So hopefully you can hear the guitar all right and stuff. So we'll be doing live feedback and stuff during that because, you know, that's how I roll. No testing, just go live. Okay, Upside Down says it's all good. I can't figure out what he said, but then Metalhead Hippie says Upside Down 1, he has it.
Oh.
So there we are.
Congrats,
and to quote Aaron's ex-wife, are we done yet? There you go. So if you want to just hold the line, as always, folks, thanks again. Hold those doors open. Let that guy in ahead of you in traffic. Do good things, and good things will happen to you. Karma is real. I'm living the dream. Nick's living the dream. Have yourselves a great night. We'll be right back here tomorrow. And rock on, everybody, and be good to each other. Cheers.
Peace out.